Effort versus laziness. As I was contemplating the the possible things that are considered bad in every culture, and realized that the seven capital sins usually are considered bad in any culture, and started looking at what they mean and their opposites to start doing the opposite from them. I I had an epiphany. Oh, the biggest one was about laziness. So laziness is one of those things that aren't accepted in any culture and in any country. And I never thought of myself as a lazy person. Never, ever. I've been called lazy throughout my life, but I've never considered myself as a lazy person, because my definition of laziness was a person who didn't like to work, who didn't like to make an effort to work. And I wasn't that way. Quite the opposite. I do like to work. It's not that I like that there's the requirement of making an effort, but I do make the effort, and I like the accomplishment feeling I get after making that effort. And I looked at this definition of laziness. There were several words, and as soon as I looked at lack of effort, it slapped me as very hard. It really was a slap in the face. Because one thing is making an effort to work, another one is a general lack of effort. And I realized that when people called me lazy, they were mentioning that, my overall lack of effort. And I didn't value that, because I didn't even know why I didn't value it. But I just didn't, because that wasn't my definition of effort. Effort wasn't supposed to be done in everyday things. It was supposed to be in big things, like work. I need to make an effort in the smallest things, as much or even more than I do in the biggest ones. Not that the smallest things demand a bigger effort, but because I tend to dismiss them as too small to make an effort. And as long as I keep doing that, I will be missing out on a lot. I will not be paying attention. I won't be taking care of myself and the house and all the things I have to do as I ought to. I didn't saw myself as lazy. It's a definition that didn't apply to me. And when I realized that by that definition, lack of effort, I was, so I started thinking of what could I do to stop being lazy and act accordingly to the way I see myself. And it took me a while to first process that it's not what I see myself, but it is the reality, and to make peace with it, because it was hard. It was hard. I've always pushed out those criticisms of me. You're lazy. Never believed them. Never gave them a chance. I mean, it passed through. It was like, they're not talking to me nor about me. This is their perception. It's not true. Just because it wasn't true for me. If I had known the definition of laziness this way by then, I would have realized, okay, they're right. I need to make an effort in general, not just in some things. The effort must be made on a daily basis, on
it's almost on a minute-to-minute basis, not even on a daily basis. There's always things demanding our attention, our our work, our concentration, and we need to be able to do it. And to be able to do it, we need to make an effort. Even, for instance, the doom scrolling. Even that, to stop doom scrolling, demands an effort. I mean, if it was easy to stop scrolling, people wouldn't do it because everybody knows it's not the best. Everybody knows there are other things to do and better things to do, and it would be a better use of our time to be doing those other things. But it's easy to be on the cell phone scrolling down because it doesn't take an effort. Knowing something, being aware of something, and doing something to change it, it doesn't happen quickly. Not for me, at least. I need time to digest what I've realized and to start thinking of ways. Plus, I could push myself for 2 or 3 days and then go back to the same, and I don't want that. I don't see myself as a lazy person. I want to do what it takes to be a not lazy person, and I want to do it consistently. So I don't want to go all in and then wear down, wear myself out because I can't, because I don't have whatever it is it takes for me to do it. So I needed time to think and digest and come up with ways. And I started small. I started with, oh, I feel like having a drink. Oh, but I'm sitting down and it's so nice in here. And then I realized, oh no, I need to make an effort. So I'd get up and I would go and come to the kitchen and I would pick myself to drink. Or, oh, I wanna eat, but I didn't feel like cooking. No, I need to make an effort. So I would get up and I would, even if I did something, the bare minimum, it was a meal, and I would do it and I would eat it. And little by little, I started to become aware of the many ways through which I did not make an effort before. The ways I was honestly failing myself by not making an effort. I knew obviously about the cell phone, but I couldn't do anything about that. I mean, it's not that I couldn't do anything about that. It was that I wasn't ready to do anything about that. And when I say this, doesn't mean I have stopped doom scrolling. I don't know how to say it. It doesn't mean I have stopped spending too much time on my cell phone. It means that I now can detach myself once in a while. Not as much because I don't want to be on the cell phone, but because there are things I want to do more than being on the cell phone. And what I realized about it was that the things I want to do more are the things that have to do with who and how I see myself. As I became aware that yes, I am lazy, and no, I don't want to be it because I don't identify myself with laziness. I identify myself with effort, with work ethic, with willingness to work, to do, to improve, to move forward. I started valuing the things that I perceive as providing that effect, both in me as in life and in others in general. Bottom line, yes, laziness is the effort of not making an effort. Among other things, I would encourage you to go and watch the definition because there may be other words that resonate more and better with you. But the truth is, our identity
how we see ourselves is what allows us or doesn't allow us to act or stop acting a certain way. Not thinking or thinking I wasn't lazy, not allowing me to realize that I was what made me or what led me to be lazy. Realizing that I am lazy is what made me decide this is not who I want to be. It might be who I am, but it's not who I want to be. It's not who I believe I am. It's something I don't want in my life. And that is what has been pushing me to do, to make the effort to show myself on a constant basis that I am who I believe I am and who I want to be. I know there will be times that I won't be able to make the effort, and I will have to forgive myself. And just because I can't make an effort once doesn't mean I am lazy. It means I am human, that I have limited energy. The knowing when it's one and when it's the other is, I guess, it's the work I need to do now. Know myself and to realize when is I am tired, I need to rest, this it was enough for today, and when is I don't want to make an effort. So far, what I've realized is, this is a sentence I say to myself. It might be different for you, but what I say to myself is, I didn't feel like it. Whenever it's I know it's a lack of effort. When it's, I'm so tired, I've done, or my legs hurt, or my head is heavy, something of the sort, I realize, okay, this is not laziness. This is, I have done enough, or I have done a lot. Even if I am able to do more in the future, for now, my effort ability is this. I can't do more, and I have to forgive myself for not being the perfect way I would like it to be. But I realize that for now, this is what I can do, and it's enough. So it might sound like a lot of conflicting information here, but bottom line, what I've been doing is, I realized what the problem was. I'm not making an effort. This alarm is for me to change the laundry. I'm not making an effort. I need to make an effort because I don't see myself as a lazy person. And now the work I'm doing is, sometimes, yes, I am lazy, and I need to know if I am being lazy so I can push myself to do the things. But sometimes I'm really tired. I have done enough or too much, and I need to stop. And I can't keep pushing myself or I will burn out. So I need to know the difference between one and the other. And it starts by knowing how much can I do, which is something that at the moment I don't know. I'm not going to limit myself to a certain amount of things to do a day, because I can't do much. I can't do more. What I'll do is, I will keep writing down what I believe I need to do, and I will do as much as I can. And if at some point I can't do anymore, I will know, okay, this is my limit. And every day I will keep doing that. And hopefully, if I'm not putting too much on my plate, I will be able to increase the amount of things I am doing. Or if I'm putting too much on my plate, I will be able to, a bit before I reach my limit, I will realize I am getting tired. Maybe I should only do 1 or 2 more tasks, or maybe I should finish here before I get exhausted and can't accomplish it. But we have work, we have the house, and we have ourselves. And did you notice the order? I put ourselves last, as if we, each one of us, are the common denominator in this, and I put ourselves last. But hey, and it's exactly what's been happening so far. Because I put myself last, when I finish the work and when I finish the tasks, there's no more energy for me. And I've been neglecting myself. I need to do them in a way that I still have some energy to take care of myself. The things that I like to do, that I want to do, that I feel good doing, visioning, but not actually doing. And and it makes sense, because if I don't have the energy to put in them, I won't do it. And the tricky part now is balance that energy to do the tasks in a way that there's enough for me to start taking care of myself without going overboard. Meaning, as soon as I started realizing this, and I started with a schedule, which I will make a video about in the future. I wanted to put everything in it. I wanted to, all the things that I want to do, I wanted to put everything in there, and I have to choose between them. And I guess that's what I'll talk about on the next video. This is one of the things that I'm doing wrong. Being lazy is in a way the worst, because it prevents me to do all the others, but there are others. This has a broad impact. The others have a smaller impact, but a deeper one, a stronger one. I can't even. It's like, this is like an atomic bomb. It blows everything. It blows here and everything around them. There are others that are very specific, like a grenade. It blows in there and destroys everything, but only in there. So it's not one is better than the other. They're both bad. And I decided to go with this one first, because even though it has that massive effect, that massive impact, is one I can deal with easier than the ones that are specific, because those others mess around with too much of myself. It's not just make an effort. I can make an effort. The others are more than making an effort. So I need to grasp this make an effort part before start tending to the others that demand more than making an effort. They too demand making an effort, but it's even bigger than that, and it demands more than that, and I don't have what it takes to deal with those yet. So I will start with this. And all this started with me realizing last year that I've been searching productivity in others. I've been searching asking from others to provide me what I need to do to improve myself, and looking for plans and for strategies, when in reality it's not a plan, it's not a strategy. I need to look at myself. This year is becoming. My goals are becoming, which is not an easy thing, but it is what it is. And I know that by becoming a certain way, I will in indirect way started getting what I want. Although in reality I don't really know what I want yet. Some things are still blurred, and I'm okay with it, because how can I specifically know what I want if in reality I am yet discovering myself, if I don't yet know who I am? So they go hand in hand, and I'm sure as I start knowing more about myself, I'll start knowing more about what I want, and I will be able to make those smart goals. So far, this is where I'm at.